The three laws of motion are demonstrated in the sport archery. Inertia is the first law. Inertia states that an object will not accelerate until an outside force is applied on it, and it will not stop accelerating until an outside force stops it. This is demonstrated when an arrow is knocked from the bow. The arrow will not be released from the bow until the shooter shoots it, and will not stop until it hits the target. That was the first law. The second law states that the acceleration of an object depends on its mass and the force applied to it. This is demonstrated in archery when a shooter shoots the arrow. When the shooter shoots the arrow, the more force he applies to it, the farther the arrow will go. The mass also affects this because if you attached a rock to the front of the arrow, it wouldn't go as far. More force was applied to the shooter of the arrow so that the arrow went farther. Now I will demonstrate when the arrow will not go as far because not as much force will be applied to it. That was the second law. The third law states that when an object collides with another object, the second object will exert the same amount of force opposite the way of the first. This is demonstrated in archery when the arrow hits the target. If the arrow hit the target at 7 newtons, then the target would hit the arrow at exactly 7 newtons opposite direction. This is demonstrated here. The three laws of motion are demonstrated in the sport archery.